Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
It was an old-fashioned butt-whooping for the Jets today against the New York Giants. Brandyn Pokrass from Jets X Factor was there. He's going to recap Jet domination and answer your questions. It's the Jake Asman Show, live from Circa Las Vegas. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jets fans. Welcome in, everybody. Before we bring on today's guest, a reminder to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps us continue to grow, and we will have major announcements involving watch parties, including a watch party for week 1 in the coming days. But let's just say, Jet fans, if you enjoyed T-Squared Social last Saturday night, get used to it, because there's more coming, and I will announce that officially very, very soon. With that said, let's bring on today's guest. It was supposed to be, full disclosure, it was supposed to be Andrew Fialco, but he had so much traffic getting home, we really were not going to have time to hear from Fialco because he's going to the Yankee game tonight. Maybe he could find a way to bring them a win. So Fialco will join us tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll break down some film from today with him, but in his place, going to the bullpen, so to speak, is another member of the Jet X team. We say hello to Brandyn Pokrass, who was there today. What's up, Brandyn?
I really got to figure out my bullpen entrance song. Really gotta get that situated in case this happens again. But it was a great practice. Jets offense looked fantastic, and honestly, everything you want out of a practice like today.
Here we go. The music's playing. Brandyn Pokrass is coming out of the pen, folks. Yeah.
I feel like I got to have some input into this next time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mariano Rivera didn't get any input. They just started playing Metallica Enter Sandman, and the rest is history.
That's true. That's very true.
What do you think of this, Brandyn? How about a little dance pop?
I like it. Good stuff.
All right. I'm in Vegas after all. We'll work on that, but we have a lot to get into here. So basically, every reporter who was there, including yourself, said the Jets won the day. It got to a point where Sauce Gardner afterwards was actually waving and blowing kisses at the Giants sideline. So many highlights I was seeing popping up, and we'll play some of them on the show. But let's kind of dive right into it, Brandyn. What do you want anyone who wasn't able to be there today to know about today's joint practice?
I think when it comes down to it, I've talked about it a little bit, right? Today was going to dictate, in my opinion, whether or not you were going to see some of the starters or none of the starters, at least when it comes to the offense. I don't think you're seeing anyone Saturday. Everything you would want the Jets offense to take out of a joint practice, they did today. Offensive line, they showed out. Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses look locked in. They look very good at offensive tackle on the left and right sides. They even face planted Burns and Thibodeau on separate occasions. They looked really good. The interior looked really good. Rodgers had plenty of time to throw. And when you give a Hall of Fame quarterback that time to throw, that amount of time to throw, and his ability to make things happen, you get multiple 50-plus yard Garrett Wilson touchdowns. You get Garrett Wilson constantly beating the Giants secondary. You get Xavier Gipson making some plays down the field. You get Breece Hall making a touchdown catch and then pointing to a Giants linebacker's ankles, basically checking if they're still there. The offense was crisp. It was moving along. Was it fully perfect? No, but no NFL offense is ever going to be fully perfect. This was about as close as you could get. Rodgers was methodical. He was accurate on, I'd say, every pass, but maybe 2 or 3. Garrett Wilson just dominating another NFC East secondary. Really like what I saw from Breece Hall. Lazard had a horrible drop, would have been yet another touchdown for Rodgers, but he chipped in, doing what he normally does, that situational type role, the third down, sidelines, possession catch receiver, like what Gibson showed. Corley, like you can run down the list, and that's not even getting into the Tyrod Taylor of it. Jason Brownlee turning it up at camp finally after a slow start. It's just, like I said, everything you want from the starting unit on offense, you got. And I think it's this type of practice that is the best one to take you into game prep, to take you into preparing for what is a pivotal season and a pivotal week 1 matchup against the 49ers. Rodgers talked about it Monday. You know, that type of bad practice was good for them. It was an anchor point. And the way they bounce back, that's just all the evidence you need that this team is led by the veterans. It's led by Rodgers. It's led by Tyron Smith. It's led by Morgan Moses. And with Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall chipping in, this is what you wanted to see. This is everything you want to see if you're a Jets fan. And it's this type of practice that you want to see translated into games.
So if you have a question for Brandyn, his time is limited. Make sure you super chat it in. He was there. He could give you the answers to everything that went down today. Now, I pulled up the stats from Rodgers. These are unofficial, but this is from Rich Cimini, who charts it every single day. 15 of 21, 4 touchdowns. Obviously, Lazard had that one drop, but they scored a touchdown on that drive anyway. And I will play you right now, Jet fans, something that I don't know if it's like necessarily safe for work. So if you have young children around or you're still at the office, all right, maybe be very careful with who sees your screen, because I present to you Rodgers to Wilson, a 70-yard bomb scorching the Giants defense. Boom. And after this play, Rodgers on the sideline as the crowd is going nuts, chanting for Garrett Wilson, basically put a fake crown over Garrett's head. I mean, this was unreal. Watch this. Rodgers, boom, him and Morgan Moses getting into it there. Just awesome. And this was basically the theme of the day today, right, Brandyn? Just basically Garrett Wilson was doing whatever he wanted for, once again, another joint practice.
And the crazy part about it is it could have been an even better day. There was another short pass that Wilson dropped because it was a tick behind him. There was another deep pass on the opposite sideline that Wilson brought in, and it was a perfect placement, perfect ball, perfect catch. Wilson just didn't get 2 feet down. So as good as it was, as many highlights as there were, it could have been even better today. It's just that combination on August 21st looks game ready. What's it going to look like with another basically 2 weeks of work? That's very exciting if you're a fan of this team.
Rodgers running the 2-minute today, surgical, right? I mean, he's as good as any quarterback to ever do it in that spot. But it just, even on days where the Jets have not had great offensive practices this summer, and there's been a few, they've always had that moment in the 2-minute, even against Carolina, I remember last week, where they just could put it all together. He's still just as good as anyone at that. Fair to say?
Absolutely. Like, the Giants were struggling in normal game situations. They were struggling with covering the Jets in a normal spot, whether it be a normal third down, a normal first down, second down, etc. When you put the Jets in that situation, right? You know, Rodgers, he's just precise. He just knows exactly where to go with the ball, knows exactly how to set up the offense and just get them in the right places at the right time. And you saw that today. You saw the quick hitters to Garrett, to Lazard, to Garrett again. And then he gets them to the end zone and is able to put it in the perfect spot in the back of the end zone, beating defenders for that touchdown. It's It's something you haven't seen if you're a Jets fan in a very long time. It's something you haven't seen in a consistent form. Like maybe you would get a drive here or there from, for example, a Ryan Fitzpatrick. But Rodgers is the type of quarterback that can do it all the time. He's shown it this summer, and he showed it again today.
And you know what I love on this play, as I found a different angle of it to kind of give people a better idea? Look at the pocket here. Look at what Tyron Smith does to Brian Burns at the beginning of the play. I mean, he basically pile drives him to the ground. Look at this. When was the last time the Jets had a tackle that did that to an elite pass rusher? You got to go back a decade to DeBrickashaw. I mean, that to me is what stands out on the play too. We know Garrett is special. Rodgers is Rodgers. But, man, the protection on some of these highlight plays today, Brandon, looks like the offensive line, they had their full 5 guys out there. Plus, Olu didn't practice today as he has a minor injury. So a lot of Tyron, a lot of Morgan Moses with the first team, and the offensive line looks like it dominated.
If you can give Rodgers an average amount of time, he could do this. But you're talking about if they stay healthy at the highest level, you have 2 of the best tackles, with Smith being on that very, very upper echelon level and Moses being that, just productive right tackle that is so hard to find in today's NFL. You add in Joe Tippmann taking those steps forward, and then Simpson improving and showing a lot this summer. And then you already know you have an AVT. You give Rodgers that time to operate, he's going to always find something. He's going to always make a play. And it's, we talk about the question marks with the defense, right? In the sense of what that defensive line looks like without Hassan Reddick. You discuss, and I don't think they'll take a big regression, but the possibility of the defense maybe taking a small step back. If you have the offense do what they did today, and maybe if not to that level, a little bit under it, you can afford to have your defense not be number 1 or number 2. You can afford them being number 5, number 6, number 7 even, if that offense takes a step forward like it looks like it will.
If you're watching live right now, you better hit that like button if you're a Jet fan. Jets dominating the Giants. Come on now. Let's go, baby. Love to hear it. Love to see it. And let me say this. Let me read you a text I got from someone who's been around the Jets a very long time that was there today. This has been the best I've seen a Jet offense look since 2010. Today was effing unreal. This is someone that is around the Jets a lot. I'll leave it at that. Has been with them a long time, from when they were actually good the last time this team made the playoffs. Now, I want to show the clip I referenced before. So after that 70-yard bomb, which was the highlight of practice today, Rodgers to Garrett, the crowd is chanting Garrett Wilson, and bad teammate Aaron Rodgers goes up to Garrett, and he does this. Oh, but Jake, they were having animated discussions. I'm a moron. Look at this. Love it. And I'll repeat what I said on Twitter earlier. If Garrett Wilson plays his entire career with the Jets, he will have every record in this franchise's history. He will be their best receiver they've ever had. And I recognize Don Maynard is in the Hall of Fame. He could break Marshall's single-season records, which I know B. Marsh was actually at camp today, which is cool to see. But these two, man, we were robbed of it last year. Brandon, if we get 17 games of Garrett and Aaron Rodgers, buckle up, because Rodgers could be in the MVP conversation and Garrett Wilson could be in the Offensive Player of the Year conversation. That's how special these guys are.
Like, I don't like to immediately jump to this, but this feels of Rodgers and Devontae again. It feels very, very, very similar. Just the way that Rodgers is always looking for him and Garrett is always ready and he's always making the play. It doesn't matter what type of route, what type of play, what type of play design. It's working, and this connection just keeps getting better and better. What happens when Mike Williams gets on the field? What happens when you have that run game working and now you can't throw everything at Garrett Wilson because you have to worry about other aspects? What happens if, and I'm not sure if we'll get to this, Jeremy Ruckert takes a step forward like it looks like he might, along with Tyler Conklin? Xavier Gibson making plays down the field. I'm not saying every guy on this offense needs to be a star. That's just completely unrealistic. But if you have enough productive parts, if you have enough things that are going right for this team, you're not going to be able to sell out to stop Garrett Wilson or the Jets offense. And this is a crazy statement considering where this team has been for years. The Jets offense is going to make you pay if you sell out to stop one aspect. And because of that, I think Wilson is going to see a lot more easier coverages than he's seen in years past. And I think he's going to eat against them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show you maybe the funniest clip of Jets training camp all summer. But first, we pause because we must say thank you to the Lup Man. Before the show started, our guy Luppy, he came through with 5 memberships. Luppy is in such a good mood watching the Jets dominate the Giants that he's like, you know what? I'm not done with just 5. How about another 5? If you hear your name called, you're an official Asmaniac here on YouTube. Thank you for supporting the show, Lup. You're the best. Marcus, Alfonsos, Michael, Penza, Dano Jets, Donnie Rosso, Zach Ballou. You are all channel members. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the first 5. But wait, there is more. Another 5 are coming from the Lup Man. Aaron Nathan, E. Rogan 222, Ron P, and Dave Briga. David Aaron, the next 5. There we go. We've added 10 channel memberships. I would like to add, I am in Vegas, so your channel memberships are going to good use, a.k.a. the Jets to win the Super Bowl future bet or stake or blackjack. I'm a degenerate. Who knows what's going to happen? All right. I want to play this Sauce clip real quick here because it is hilarious. So after Brownlee beat the Giants defense on the last play of practice for a long touchdown, or one of the last plays, crowd's going nuts. There's Jet chants everywhere. And Sauce Gardner is on video here. This is from my friends at Let's Talk Jets filming this. Sauce Gardner here on video waving to the Giants sideline. Let's go with the screen, pull it up so you guys can see. Just look at Sauce. This is waving at him. Jets defense talking that talk. I think Sauce and Neighbors only got matched up, like twice the whole day, and Neighbors had 1 completion on it. So we really didn't get to see that matchup. But, I mean, the Jets defense did what they're supposed to do against a shit quarterback. Excuse my language. They dominated Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and you could tell that, no fights, but this was a competitive practice. The guys know, it's New York versus New York. Always going to be highly competitive, highly, tense. And it's good to see this type of energy. It's good to see that this team is playing with passion. And I'm not sure if anyone caught it on video. Tyrod Taylor was also, not gesturing, but he was animated after the play, after that, big touchdown play, because he was with the Giants last year. So maybe there's no love lost there.
Can I tell you too, Brandyn? No, there is. I've heard from people. Tyrod thought it was hilarious that the Giants thought they had any chance of keeping him. He was never going back. He was pissed they benched him for DeVito. He thought it was a joke that he got benched for a guy that the Giants didn't let throw the ball his first game out there. So Tyrod was never going back to the Giants. So I think that added into it, man. Tyrod wanted to go out there and stick it to his old team today.
Yeah, and you could tell that, the way he was taking shots down the field and just looking to, when a quarterback is looking to put the dagger in the other team, Tyrod was looking for the kill shot. And he got that kill shot on multiple occasions. So you could tell that it meant a lot to him. You could tell that Sauce was heavily invested in today. It's just good to see that not only are the Jets ready to compete in the 2024 season, as everyone knows, we've heard in countless press conferences, the standard is the standard. It seems like this team's mindset is in the right position heading into the year. But it's good to see that they're taking a practice like this seriously. They're not just coasting. They're not just like, oh, it's a joint practice. They're treating this like, I would say everything depends on it, but they're treating it very, very, very seriously. And that feels like a change from years past. It feels like that focus that they had today. And honestly, this entire training camp, outside of maybe a day here or a day there, that focus is just different. And that, I feel like, is a big byproduct of not just Rodgers, but like I said before, Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses, even guys stepping up like Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. This combination of leadership where it felt like a lot of times last year it was just on Aaron Rodgers. Now this year it feels more spread out, and I think you're seeing that play out in the way the Jets are practicing and playing.
Sauce Gardner trying to be nice when asked about Giants quarterback Daniel Jones.
What was your opinion or takeaway on Daniel Jones?
He's a good quarterback. You feel me? I thought I was about to pick him off today. I had a little cloud rep. You know, he had looked at the last minute to try to throw the check down to Wandale. You know, I thought I had to pick, but he kept it. I mean, the competitive periods, it was very competitive, man. It was great. Like, I had fun out there today, you know. I don't really know what to say. Like, how?
I mean, he and like it's nice to be on the other end of that, because last year, how often did people get asked questions that, you know, we're facing the Jets that week and they're laughing at the Jet quarterback situation, right? Remember before the Chiefs, who was that player who was hysterically laughing about how crappy Zach is and didn't want to say it? So, you know what? I have no sympathy. I do not care. We're coming for everybody this year. No one gave the Jets a break when we lost our Hall of Fame quarterback in the 4th play of the year. So bleep you to the Giants and your shit fans and everyone else. We're coming to kick your ass, and that's what the Jets are going to do to a lot of teams this year, baby. So I love it, Sauce. Let's freaking go. Brandon, your thoughts?
I feel like everyone's been in that position where you want to be nice and you know you can't say what you really want to say. Sauce really expressed what he wanted to say through his facial expressions. Like, you could tell where his mind was at, and he posted something on Twitter saying, "Oh, I was looking somewhere. I was distracted." Now, everyone knows why he was distracted. He was, you know, trying to figure out a way to be nice without, you know, and the minute he says the quote, that's everywhere. That's bulletin board material. So he knows how this media thing works. It was a very funny occurrence how he knows and he understands what the deal is, but he knows he can't say it. And because of those circumstances, that's the type of clip you get. It's a very funny clip objectively.
I love it. I love it. Hit the like button if you like the fact that the Jets finally have a real team that can actually talk some smack and back it up, because it's only been the defense that could do it, but doesn't lead the wins. But now, you know, they got the team, man. They got the team. Just stay healthy and let's have a year. There's no doubt about it. Hit the like button for Brandon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have my umbrella with me. It's 110 degrees in Vegas right now, Brandon. I'm calling everyone by the wrong name. All I know is this, all right? A 20 spot has just come through the pipeline from our man, Felix Campos. Now, normally when we get 20 or more memberships, it rains and I need to get my umbrella, but I'm just going to get drenched, all right? No umbrella. I got 20 names to read. What stood out at this practice today? Rob the God, Dark Knight Zoe, Kevin Callaghan, Mikael Edwards, Jimbo, Robert D., Jonathan Buckner, Stu Lowry, Will Sater, NYC Raff, M. Valenti, Shane Daniels, King of Kings CB, Francesco Pecacoro, Blick Jesus, Raymond T., Zach Tendler, Tony G., Love Bites, Brandon L. How about it? A 20 spot of channel memberships courtesy of the incomparable Felix Campos. We're not done. Another channel membership. They're just flying off the shelves. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton checks in. He gives a membership to Kyle Spurrell. So Kyle to Kyle. How about that? All right. Super chats here. Let's get to this from Forever Ron. He says, Jake. Jets, Ron. Sea-Dog McGritty says, I'm hearing Sauce was traveling one today. How did that look? No, he really didn't travel a ton today. He didn't get matched up with neighbors a ton. I think there was only 2 reps I saw, Brandon. Am I wrong? What did you see with Sauce and Neighbors?
Yeah, Neighbors wasn't really matched up with him all that much. I think DJ Reed got a big chunk of him when it came down towards, the one side during that last move the ball 2-minute drill period. Reed was matched up with him basically every time. There was a rep on when Neighbors was on the other side that Sauce lined up with him. Otherwise, Reed was with him the majority of the time. I will say, though, I think it's interesting that they haven't revealed it yet, and I think there's a reason. I feel like if this was a actual game scenario, you would see a lot more of Sauce on Neighbors, but I don't think that the Jets want to reveal, this is when we're going to have Sauce travel with guys. This is when we're going to have him planted on the number one option, because then that would give teams like the 49ers an ability to game plan for it. So I think it's interesting right now that Reed made some great plays, and Neighbors had the drop, but Reed also had a nice close. He basically made up all the ground and went for the hands as Neighbors was dropping it on that deep ball. Otherwise, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they utilize Reed and Sauce this year, especially with the fact that Sauce is supposed to travel more. It's a wrinkle in a defense that has been mostly the same for the past few years, and I'm really interested to see it.
Neighbors was asked about Sauce Gardner waving goodbye and taunting them after practice, and he said they could do that. I mean, they won the day. Their defense came out, executed well. We beat ourselves today. So Neighbors took it well because, they dominated them. One other play I want to show you here. Braylon Allen. Dude is an absolute freak, right? This one run here, and then there was a Breece Hall play I showed on the first show that Nate recorded of just Breece basically having a huge blitz pickup here. So I could maybe show that too, Brandon. But I want you to talk about Braylon Allen, who's been getting a lot of opportunities with the ones throughout the summer. I think he's going to have a real role on this team right from the jump. What did you make of his day today specifically? You guys will see it right now on the screen. He's just running through dudes today. We'll watch this a bunch of times as Brandon breaks it down.
Braylon, I feel like he's the perfect complement. He's exactly what they wanted in the whole Dalvin Cook thing last year. He's a guy that is going to consistently churn out 3-4 yards per carry because he's built like a Mack truck and he runs like a Mack truck. He always is falling forward. And you add in the fact that he's a smooth runner. He has good vision. He knows what holes to pick. He gets downhill fast. And he has some route running ability, and he can catch. As the play was most likely a sack in a real game, but that play where Rodgers escaped and found Braylon in the end zone, that's not a play that every running back is making. He's catching that ball in traffic. So he has that all-around skill set where finally, when the Jets RB1 this year being Breece Hall, in previous years it was other guys, but finally, when the RB1 is coming off the field, you're not completely falling off a cliff. You're having a guy that is competent at the very least, and at the very best case scenario, you might have another really, really damn good running back. And that's not even including Isaiah Davis, who, all the talk about Breece and Braylon, as warranted, those two have been really, really good this summer. Isaiah Davis runs hard. He consistently gets yards and lowers his shoulder and finds those lanes. He's built in a similar way, running style, to Braylon Allen, and I think that's a big reason why they drafted him. But I think he might even have a bit more top-end speed. So you add that third guy into the equation, your running back room is pretty much set, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Now, let me show this play here, because this is Rodgers to Garrett Wilson, but it's all made possible because of the blitz pickup here by Breece Hall. So take a look, everyone. This is what you want to see from Breece stepping up here. So you'll see there, little play action, and the pickup by Breece saves the play, and then Garrett's just Garrett. And then Breece afterwards responded to a fan tagging him in this, and he goes, as long as 8's all good, I'm good, or something like that, which you love to see. But that's a big-time blitz pickup. If you could hear the volume, which I know you can't because it's on a separate monitor, you hear that pop. I know you were there, Brandon. That was a loud pop in the crowd when they collided. I don't know who the linebacker was that blitzed, but Breece did a great job.
Yeah, did Breece technically get leveled on the play? Yeah, He did. Did Brees also do his job and give Rodgers more than enough time to deliver the pass? Yeah, he did. So it's not the best looking pass rep, but it got the job done. And in a real game, nobody cares that Brees got blown up. His body basically helped Rodgers get that pass off. So I was with my one friend today. I was having the mini debate with him about, is that a good pass block rep? Is it not? And he was more on the side of, he got leveled. Is that not a good rep? I was more on the side of, he got the job done. He threw the body in front of the backer. It wasn't the most perfect way to do it, but it would have worked in the game, and it would have been a really big gain for the Jets in a live game scenario.
Good rep by Morgan Moses here against Thibodeau, too, if you watch the right tackle.
Yeah, I mean, Moses and Tyron Smith, like I said, they were both really, really good in pass pro today. And look, did they get beat a handful of times, a few times? Yes. But for the vast majority of practice, they held up really well, and they gave Rodgers ample time. That's not a word we have heard very often when it comes to the Jets and their offensive line. They gave the quarterback ample time to deliver throws. And with Rodgers, he doesn't necessarily need ample time, but with ample time, he's going to make defenses pay.
Yep, all good stuff. Comments, questions, super chats for Brandyn Pokrass to answer any questions about today's practice. Brandyn was there. Let's see what you guys are thinking in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, a big shout out to Asmaniac, Tom Latz, who's like, I'll get in on the membership gifting. I'll make it rain. All right, how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channel memberships, baby. Let's go. All right, if you hear your name, congrats. Tom made you an Asmaniac. Robert Morris, Tim Johnson, Azrella, James Atkat, and Donnie Alford. 31 channel members and counted. Let's go. I'm being told by the great Tom Ace that the Jets just posted the low angle view of that Rodgers to Garrett 70-yard bomb. So we'll pull that up here shortly for the fans to see. Genergy checks in with a Asmaniac super chat. In the words of Ludacris, move, bitch, get out the way. G-Men, your reign is over. Jets run this town now. Let's go. Bang! Bang! All right, I'm in. Sign me up. Sign me up, Genergy. Look, the Jets should do this to the Giants. They're not good. All right. The Jets have beaten some really good quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is not one of them. To see the second team, I think, play well, though, that's really encouraging. I think Tyrod was extra motivated, but, Brownlee coming onto the scene, I like seeing that. I just think there's a lot of positives right now, and I'm with you, Brandyn. I would be astonished if any notable starter played in this game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do. And because of that, why risk it? And I feel like that's been the common theme with the Jets this offseason, but it's true. You can't risk losing a key contributor before the season starts. You can't risk losing guys that are going to help you win games, because reality of the situation is Saleh, Douglas, a lot of the guys in this organization are on the hot seat. They need to win this season. They're not in a position like the Chiefs, like these other teams that, have won consistently, where they can play a few starters here and there. They can have a bit of a different ramp up period. The Jets need to win this year. They need to win now, and they need to win early. And the best possible way that they think they can do that is having 3 separate joint practices, getting all their work in then, and then not playing anyone besides the depth guys in the preseason games. Is it the best way to do it? We'll have to find out, but it's what the Jets are doing. And I think because of today's result, they're going to stick with that game plan.
Giveaway opportunity. I'm 50 followers on Twitter away from 20,000. If you're one of the next 50 to follow me, your name is automatically entered to win an item in the Jake Asman merch store. That easy. At Jake Asman on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Follow me there, Jet fans. Help me get the 20K, and I will send you something in the merch store if you are the lucky winner. All right. I'm also going to make an announcement right now. If there's kids around, make sure they can't see the screen. If you're at work, make sure that you're alone. If you don't have a change of underpants, make sure you get one immediately because, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you some Jet porn, baby. Here we go. Rodgers to Garrett Wilson, the highlight of today's Jet domination at joint practice. Look at this throw. Look at the catch. Garrett Wilson, gone. Touchdown. Unreal.
That's a sick throw right there. And just the placement of it, right? It's Rodgers moving to his left and just placing it perfectly where the defensive back can't really make a play. Wilson can catch it in stride. Just, it's everything you want to see. I've said it countless times, but it's truly everything you want to see.
Love it. We got a super chat here from the Lup Man. He wants to know, how did you think Tippmann looked? I mean, considering the fact that we've gone 36 minutes in without talking about one bad snap, I would say Tippmann probably had a good day, but I defer to you.
Yeah, I didn't really notice anything too much, right? You know, there weren't pressures just coming right up the middle. There weren't high snaps that were killing plays. If you're an offensive lineman, it's better if no one talks about you, if no one really mentions how your day went. And I didn't notice anything with Tippmann, so in my book, that's a good day.
Yep, I think you're onto something there. We don't talk about bad snaps or an O lineman. Typically, that's a good thing, not a bad thing, which we're certainly not used to. Brandon, before we wrap with you, my man, because I know you got to write a full recap for JetX. Anything else we missed that you think needs to know that stood out today?
I mean, I just want to emphasize the point about Jason Brownlee. I think him turning it on from basically a week ago, 10 days ago, it's so big for this wide receiver room because you have Garrett, you have Mike Williams, who, look, he hasn't been on the field yet, but you know what he can do. You have Lazard in that more situational role, and then you have Gibson and Corley. If you have Brownlee emerge in a way that he can win vertically, which he showed today, where he can make consistent contested catches, that's a weapon for your offense as a depth option. That's a guy that hopefully a little bit down the line, maybe he takes over that Allen Lazard role. And now instead of relying on Lazard, you're relying on Brownlee. We don't talk a ton about, how depth pieces can really shape a season. But in the event that a wide receiver goes down for the Jets, if Brownlee emerges, I'd rather rely on him than like a Lazard option because I think Brownlee has the higher upside. So I think him and then, I think a Cole Laval, he looked good in the one-on-one pass blocking reps. And I think going forward for me too, really interested in how the defensive line reserves look against the Giants because if the Jets aren't going to play their starters, like I feel like they're leaning towards, and I feel like they should take that route, focusing on the Tack McKinleys of the world, the Braden McGregors, the Eric Watts, the Leonard Taylors. That's going to be the most important thing to watch because in a world without Hassan Reddick, you're going to need at least two of those guys to step up if they decide to go that route.
Hit the like button if you're tuned in live right now. We're talking with Brandyn Pokrass here, who's given us the inside scoop on today's joint practice. I'm having a connection issue on my end, Brandon, so like my screen is frozen. It says we're still live. I see the chat, but I can't actually like click anything here. So like I don't know if I would be able to like end the show or anything without like restarting my actual laptop. So I'm just going to ask you another question as I stall and figure out how I could basically wrap with you, throw to a commercial, come back, and then do the rest of the show. But I do want to talk to you about the final preseason game because this will be the last time I get a chance to talk to you until then. Your thoughts on which players that are on the bubble need to show out to try and guarantee themselves a spot on the team?
Yeah, I think if you look at the team's depth chart, right, a guy I mentioned, a Jason Brownlee, he's really doing a ton to try to solidify that roster spot. And I think he's doing a really good job at that. So you have him and then I think of Brandon Smith as well. Can he contribute in a way where he makes another big play? And maybe it's not for that roster spot, but maybe it's a practice spot competing with a Tyler Harrell or a Isaiah Winstead, who, in my opinion, displayed some nice route running today. That very, very low depth chart roster bubble battle, but that's something I'm watching for. As I mentioned earlier, the defensive line, outside of the guys I mentioned, a Jalen Holmes, a Bruce Hector, a Jalen Twinman, even, how do these guys look? Who takes a step forward? And who really demonstrates that they have what it takes to play at the highest level in week one and contribute right off the bat? The same can go for linebackers too. Zaire Barnes, Sam Aguavon. How do those guys look? How do the Jets determine who they want to keep over who? And I think the last position would be safety. How does Jalen Key look? How do some of the other reserves look, whether it be a Jarius Monroe or a Kendall Sheffield at nickelback or Al Blades? It's really, I'm not going to lie, a lot of it just comes down to the depth options. It's that, I'd say 46 to 53-ish range where it's like your wide receiver 5 and 6, your linebacker 4 or 5, your safety 4, your defensive lineman 8 through 10. When you have a great roster, you don't have to worry about the upper echelon guys. You don't have to worry about, who are we cutting to determine who our starting running back is or who our number 3 wide receiver is. The Jets have enough talent on their roster to not even worry about anything along those lines. It all comes down to depth. And I just focus on it more because for a team that has so many injuries and usually goes through their depth, the Jets need to make sure that in another worst case scenario, they have the best 53 to combat those injuries.
Brandyn, excellent job dealing with some of the tech issues here. I had to switch to my phone because my mouse is frozen. I can't click the commercial. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to just stay right there. I'm going to throw the commercial. Before I do that, though, I want you to let everyone know, if they don't already, where they can find you.
Yeah, so I am on Twitter, as you can see below. Point. Yep, there we go. At BPOC24, doing all the Jets stuff for Jets X Factor. Stay tuned for my practice recap. Also, announced on my Twitter the other day, I'm credentialed this year covering Florida Atlantic for the league winners. Really excited to do that. So that season gets underway soon. Stay tuned for my work with that. And hey, as always, thank you so much for having me on. Truly appreciate it.
He's Brandyn Pokrass. Does a great job covering the Jets. He joins us all the time. He came out of the pen today to help us. So, Brandyn, I appreciate you. We're going to let you run. I need to restart my computer, so I'm throwing the commercial. We come back. We take your calls, answer your super chats, and hopefully get more channel memberships as we celebrate victory. That's right, Jet fans. I don't care if it's practice. Anytime you get a chance to embarrass the Giants, why not? So, quick break, and we're back with more. Thanks again to Brandyn for joining our show today.
The New York J-E! The New York J-E-T-S Jets!
Come on!
Select Will McDonald, linebacker,
What?
Iowa State.
What the
Let's
fuck?
go.
I can't believe this shit! What the fuck happened to
Hey, there we go. Light it up, Ricky. Yeah. Let's get back to your calls right now. One of our favorites is on the Ghostbuster hotline. Ricky NY joins us now. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Ricky. How you doing?
Thanks for taking my call, Jake. I just finished smoking all the available weed in the panhandle, so bear with me if I collapse here in front of my personalized flag. Any chance you could send that boxing guy, Gary, to the Jameis Winston town? Maybe Gator can build a special hall for quarterbacks who throw more interceptions than completed passes. Yeah, not a Florida guy, but can go to Seminoles all the way there. They've got a whole lot. Let's get all of them in there. I don't give a shit. Well, I think I got to relight this thing. Hold on a second. I just got this new blowtorch lighter. Let's try it out. Try it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Should have backed off that setting a bit. Anyway, Jake, I'll hang up for now and grab the burn tit again. Later, brother.
Oh, my God.
Yo, Gator is different, man. That dude is different.
Let's keep going with the calls right now. It looks like, wow, I cannot believe this guy actually showed his face. A man who owes us 25 memberships in honor of 25 career interceptions by Zach Wilson. Hawk has called in for the very first time. Hello, Hawk.
Hey, Tyson, what's up, man? Hey, Jake, before you send me to the Shadow Realm, let me ask Tyson about Zach. Tyson, don't you think we can keep Zach Wilson and just let him start the first few games? I mean, we all know the kid just needs another year behind center, and that'll really get him going. I mean, Crowan, man, you know he's freaking awesome, bro. Martin Will.
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Hawk, thank you for calling in, and we'll see you in the realm.
Into the Shadow Realm you go.
That's the problem with Aaron Rodgers. This guy is a cancer that's metastasized throughout the entire building in Florham Park. And I don't know why Jets fans can't see it.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Whoa. You don't need a quarterback. You need a good football player. That's what I'm saying about Brock Bowers. You need a good football player.
Gary has called back in. He's relentless tonight, man. Gary, what do you got?
What's going on, Jake? I'll live fired up today. Let me ask you something. If you could get 30 touchdowns out of Jameis Winston and 30 interceptions, I'm going to tell you about him. Caleb Williams is going to help him in the third round. And if he gets knocked down in round 7, I mean, his fight's going to go to the scorecard. It's probably fixed anyway. I mean, I disagree with you like 100%. What you did, miscalculating about not taking Joe Milton over Zach, a draft prospect. I mean, knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs and you would have split decision. You don't need a quarterback for a 12-round fight. I mean, you get the tight end. You get the tight end. Joe Milton. Knockouts don't get the tight end because Bowers, he's not going to hold the ball as long as Caleb Williams. He'll just allow it to himself and catch it and score down the ring. And then, it's a knockout fight. Wait. Hold on, Jake. I think I owe you an apology. I just realized I called into your Jets show. Thought I was doing the boxing thing and I freaking crossed all my thoughts. Anyway, we should take Joe Milton and take Tyson over Jake Paul in round 3 of the draft. Thanks, Jake. Gator is a douchebag.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gator. Well done. Well done. Well done. Give Gator some love in the chat. That was well needed after Gary's call on the second show today. Good God. Bravo. Gary up next. Hello, Gary.
That skit that Gator did yesterday, I showed it to my wife. She thought it was the funniest thing she's ever seen. That was gold. I don't know how he does this, but he's got some type of talent. I hope he's using it for good. That guy is incredible.
You know you made it when you get impersonated by Gator.
Yeah, I'll take you as a compliment. I'll take it all as a compliment.
Folks, if you want more hilarity, make sure you check out episode 6 of the Best of the Jake Asman Show, which I officially released to the general public earlier today. If you're a channel member, you got it a good week before anybody else. So check it out if you want to laugh when you're done watching this show. I know we got some memberships here. I don't know. Did I get caught up on the latest because we had the tech issue there? I think we did. Luppy, I know you gifted another one, so appreciate you. The Lane Train is in the house. He writes in, how do you feel about Michael Williams and Aaron Rodgers and Bryce Hall and Robert Saleh and Woody Johnson and DJ Reed and Breece Hill and Brandon Allen and Lane? I feel as good as you feel about him, my man. Let's get to more of your calls. This guy is always on par. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to Mr. Weed. Hello, Weed.
What up, Jake? How you doing?
Weed, what's going on?
Not much. Just hanging out. What do you think?
Yep. Are you hanging out with Chuck?
Yeah, man. We're just hanging out, smoking a bowl.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
We're this close, Jake. We're this close to the season. I can't wait.
Weed, we're under 20 days now, man. What, 18 days to
I
kick
know.
off?
Jake, my nipples are so stiff, you wouldn't believe it.
Wow.
Can't wait.
Already?
Yeah, it's a pre-stiffening.
How stiff we talking? Like iceberg level stiff?
Guy could cut diamonds.
Wow.
Yeah, serious business over here, Jake.
That's what I like to
don't
hear.
mess
Weed.
around.
Now, Weed, what are you doing for week 1? Are you going to come to my watch party?
If I don't go to the game.
Well, week 1 is in San Francisco, so are you
I know
going to the Bay Area?
my buddy's flying out there trying to get me to go. I don't know if I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to. That's a long flight. That's an expensive trip. But if I could,
it is a long trip. But if you could make it there, I mean,
I'm seriously considering it, but I probably won't.
All right. Well, you have an invite to my watch party if you can't make it. All right.
All right. Where's it at, or is it on Discord?
T Squared Socials, where it's going to be. I'll let you in on.
Are you doing there again? Yeah, I might be able to make it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know ahead of time.
All right. You could bring Craig and his alligator. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, Craig Irwin, of course.
Yeah.
He's always up for anything. He doesn't mess around either.
Weed, you're the greatest. Thank you for the call, sir. Appreciate Weed the people checking in there. I'm checking my Twitter right now because we had the tech issue. If I get another 50 followers, I'm at 20,000. I'm doing a giveaway right now. I'll add your name. Any item in the merch store at Jake Asman. Follow me there. A couple of you already have, so thank you. Let's find out how many we are away. I am at 19,956. So I'm not good at math, but that does indicate to me that we're trending towards 20K. So we will see. In fact, I'll make it even easier for everyone watching live right now. I'm just going to throw the link in the chat. All right, more of your calls. This is going to be a bit of a shorter show. I'm doing a TV hit on VSiN, which is TV/YouTube/media, the Circa in-house brand they have here. Vegas stats and info. I'm doing that at 5:30 local. So not as long of a show as we normally do. We got Fialco, though, at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'm on the West Coast, so everything's all thrown off for me. More calls. Chef Kevin's on the line. Let's go to our guy, Chef Kevin. What's up, Kev?
Not the next year, but the year after that, my little brother got that same jersey, wore for 2 years. He then left. 3 years later, went back, took the jersey, gifted it to me for Christmas.
Did?
Oh, wow. So I have that now. He's no longer physically with us now.
Kev, actually, this guy's a sick bastard.
But that being there on Sunday is gonna have some meaning. Yep. Especially have my son and
Kev,
my
let's
nephew,
go, baby.
myself. I came up
Jets
through this.
football.
Yeah.
Family affair, it sounds like, Kev. I'm with you. We have football practice right now? I feel like we are. Maybe baseball? Too hot for baseball. Kev, you there?
Come on, get your love together.
You have Kev? Kevin?
Come on.
Kevin?
Thank you.
Hey, sorry about that, man.
What's up, Kev?
How you feeling? I'm at practice right now.
What sport?
Football.
Football, yes.
Sorry for the delay, man. My son, his helmet ain't really working too good, so we're working on the chin strap. But basically, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what I saw at camp. Thanks again for having me on the platform. Always appreciate you, man. Hope you had a safe trip out there, man. You know, we know you're repping 7.
Were you there today, Kevin?
Yeah. I was there early, man. Nate, I hit him up and was like, hey, man, just let you know there's about 20 people in front of me. You want to do a little chat and cut? You know, it's all good. And dude, hey, listen, man, that line was worse than the green and white. Like, to get onto the bus before we went to the facility, it was worse.
Wow.
Nah, unbelievable. But yeah, able to get Nate in or whatever we rode in and whatnot. But hey, for the practice itself, man, I really don't know what's kind of really been said and whatnot, just because I've been driving and a whole bunch of stuff. But basically, it was the Rodgers and Garrett Wilson show, man. Minus that little tip interception that happened with Rodgers, yo, it was just lasers all over the field, bombs all over the field. Garrett Wilson, like he made a statement today, if he hasn't already. Like, this was his practice. Rodgers looked great. I'm sorry, man. I don't really have much for the defense because, man, they was getting cooked, man. The Giants, they was getting cooked left and right. Jones, he looked pathetic. He had a maybe about a 30-yard pass, but minus that, man, the Jets look really good. And when we were in the 2-minute warning in the red zone, it looked like I had the little nervousness in my stomach, like little butterflies. I'm like, I don't know. With Rodgers, man, dude, he gives this confidence level that just makes you feel so at ease. And boom, touchdown, boom, touchdown. It was just unbelievable to see. Brees did okay. I felt good with that. The line held up well. But, man, hey, offense, it was a Rodgers and G5 show, man. I really don't know what else to say. Also, hey, man, I put in the Discord, but I know because you had an amazing event, amazing turnout. I don't know if it got missed at all, but, dude, from Mexico, when I came back here that same Saturday, I rode on the Jets plane. It was all green. Our tickets were from JetBlue, and it was literally the plane was for the Jets. It was Jets logo, everything. I walked out. I filmed a little bit, dude. Unbelievable! What a great experience.
That's great.
And,
I missed it. I gotta go check that out,
dude. I'll put it back up, man. It was such a great experience. Because of the situation with the timing of us landing, and with my wife and my son, and I had other family members with us. Unfortunately I couldn't make it over there, but it looked like an amazing time. But this week just rolls, man. Like, the plane, the preseason, today's practice. This Saturday I'll be at the preseason game, and then Sunday I coach for Teaneck. My son, my nephew are on my team. We actually have a game at 10:15 at Jet Life Stadium, man. Unbelievable.
Wow.
From 10-1, our first game of the season. Never would have thought I would coach at Jet Life Stadium. Not only that, but my son played there, and now I got my nephew too, man. This is just like a beautiful week of just unbelievable Jet stuff, man.
You're already better than Adam Gase, Coach Kev. Well done.
Hey, man, a shout out to Keith Best. Hope your health. Shout out to Jay Quest. I saw him. Pops is doing well. Bobby, make sure you're taking your meds. Connor, keep doing your thing. Connor, great seeing you. Nate, man. Jake, keep rocking on, brother.
Love it. Kev, I appreciate you, man. Great call. Great call. Glad we got you. Watch back the beginning before you came on, Kevin. It was pretty funny. I put you on, and we just heard you talking, but we didn't know what was going on. So I think you'll find it funny. So check that out. Kevin mentioned Nate. Kevin did the old chat and cut with Nate. I used Kevin for the chat and cut when I took Carly to the green and white scrimmage. What was that? That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago already. Training camp is long, man. That feels like it's a while ago. Might only be like 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. But the chat and cut's the move, right? Someone needs to get a spot in line, and then the rest is history. The chat and cut. Ladies and gentlemen, someone who benefited from the chat and cut is driving the mean streets of Manhattan right now on a bike. Hello, Nate.
Evening, Jake. How's it going?
Nate, where are we biking to?
We're just going home. Unfortunately, it's got to be through smelly, crowded Midtown. Just drop the car off.
Where are we at? What are the cross streets?
Radio City. Radio City's right in front of us. We're like 6th and
all right.
47, 8. There's a whole All Guys line.
Yeah, that's where Sirius is. That's you're right back where I do the show.
Yeah, Radio City. Right
there it is. The Jets have traded up with the Browns. They're going to take Mark Sanchez, it appears. Radio City.
I was here back in the day. Watch out, man.
I can't hear a word you're saying, Nate. It's just windy.
All right, come back to me. I think I usually have to turn my head or something. It was okay last time.
But now I hear you.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
Same. I'll read it what Chef said. I mean, he's a football coach. He knows what he's saying. But like every time Brandon's on, I'm always saying Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. Like Garrett Wilson just put on another show today. He's unbelievable. But like it doesn't stop. Like our O-line seemed like it was a wall. Our Brees was good. Garrett was good. The defense. I don't think the Giants completed a pass. I was reading some Giants reporters. Giants didn't complete a pass more than 20 yards all day. They were, if Daniel Jones didn't make a pass, it was mostly checkdowns. Although I'm hoping to rewatch some videos and see like in the background, Sauce making a play or something in the offensive videos because they're kind of in the background there. But it's just I'm just praying to the oh shit, brother. Praying to the football gods for health at this point because like we've got it all. We have got it all. It's like surreal to watch. And I think you saw it in the Discord, but I was able to meet the best cornerback on the Jets, the Quantez Stiggers. Like I was repping my I was showing my Stiggers jersey from the top row, and he like called me down where like the kids section was. And I dropped by, said hi to Stiggers. He signed 2 jerseys of mine and took a picture. And he had an interesting note. I think he said he signs his jerseys Tez 37, and then underneath both jerseys he writes many more. So I was gonna ask him what that means. Many more what? Many more acquaintances? Many more interceptions? Many more? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's amazing. I've never been to training camp before this year. Amazing job this whole month. It was tons of fun, and thank you for always doing the recaps and live vids, all that stuff. I'm gonna go rewatch your earlier stream and probably rewatch all those videos that you were playing slow mo. But cheers, Jake.
Well, Nate, it's because of you, man. You made it possible.
Through this.
This is actually quite entertaining. I won't lie.
Nick, I used to back in the day before I fucked up my ankle. I used to do like bike streams on Twitch. Was my thing. People used to watch me, send me to different places all over the city, and I would bike on my normal bike, and that's why I had so many. Yeah,
it's like a video game. Yeah.
Left to right, Jake. Left to right.
How? There it is.
Left to right. Left to right.
How often are you just in the regular lane? Like you're not even in the bike lane. You're just driving like a normal car.
We call these are Jake Asman and Carly. These are the transplants. They go on bike lanes. We move with the cars here. I can't do bike lanes. I was in there for a second, like a couple seconds ago, and just saw I got caught in the front lane. Not mine.
Yeah, you're literally at Columbus Circle right now.
You're at Columbus Circle right now. Yeah, Central Park South. Oh, I could turn it for you. I don't know. I never thought about that. There you go. Gotta document myself.
Look at this.
Close to home. Can we get a go Jets? Go Jets! No, he does not want to go Jets. Go Jets! Can we get a go Jets? All right.
You're just in the middle lane. I love it. Like no bike lane for you. You're just like my city, baby.
If the horse can be here, I can be here. There's no bike lane, but there's no bike lane here. I can do what I want. Should we interview someone? Should we ask some Jets questions?
Fellow bikers. Say hi to the horse.
I'm looking for some Jets here. Maybe we can talk Jets. Yankees. Want to talk Yankees? Here's the Aaron Judge guy. Are you a football fan, sir?
I'm not thrilled with them right now.
Oh, go Mets. No, he's not a football fan. He's just a tourist Yankee fan. Now they're laughing at me.
Well, Nate, we'll let you go. Thank you very much. That was tremendous. I don't know. I was very entertained by that. Shout out to Nate. He gave us so much footage earlier to, in real time, react to practice. That was fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up the show in a bit. So last chance to get in. If you want in on the conversation, we say hello to the great Purple Belt Mike. What's up, Mike?
I had to have a cigar after seeing those videos. I mean, just Jets porn after Jets porn. Oh, man, I was letting my my coworkers have it because I'm the only Jet fan. I got only Giant fans. The entire squad, everybody's a Giant fan except me. So I was letting them have it. I was sending them replays. Oh, man, when Braylon Allen sent that dude to the Shadow Realm, oh man, I still have it shot. Oh, God, it was great. Beautiful, beautiful thing. And you know what?
Someone just wrote in, Tom Aces wrote, Purple Belt is slowly becoming Neil. I could see it.
Well, He's got more hair, I think, than I do. I'm bald. He's not bald, right, Neil? Neil's got hair, I think.
Yeah, but that's by choice. Like you went bald before you had to go fully bald. You just wanted the look.
Yeah, that is true. But I was basically there. I mean, come on. But yeah, look, I got new into
These goddamn exploding cigars. Like, gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
Cigar,
love it,
poolside,
yeah. Cigar,
Jets football.
pool,
You're
Jets
Neil.
football. Yeah, supporting my other guy Richie. I got his shirt on too.
Love it.
But yeah, man, dude, I can't get. Dude. This offense. Woo, we are gonna smoke teams. Smoke teams. It's gonna be like when the Patriots are blowing people out. That's gonna be us. Aaron, this is gonna be the best season Aaron has ever had. Going to be the best season Aaron has ever had. It's happening.
You really are,
motivated. It's gonna, dude. This is it, baby. This is it. This is it. We're winning the Super Bowl, baby. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Let's go, Jets, baby. Woo! I don't care. Oh my God,
Ladies and gentlemen, purple belt Neil. Chad is killing me. Great comments from Jeff Life with that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to Nate, who's still on the streets of NYC. Hello, Nate.
Oh, bro, my seat just dropped. My whole city bike seat just dropped a foot. Oh my God. We're good. We're moving.
What happened?
The city bike seat, that like the adjustable seat, as I like brake, it just like dropped a foot. Like it was on the computer too.
Mm.
Ah. You know what I'm saying.
Thank you for the crotch mouth there, Nate.
First one free, Jake.
I just love how you just ride in the just regular roads. Like there's no rules for you bikers. This is why people hate the bikers.
Left or right?
All right.
No, you tell me where to go.
Steering wheel? Is that what you're doing? Oh, I can't hear you. It's hard to hear you. Straight. All right. All right. Yep. Good decision.
All right, now we're on Broadway. I'm almost home.
What a day for Nate Prentice's Nate. Well, Nate, thank you. This was thrilling. Thank you, Nate. All right. You never know where you're going to get on this show, folks. Devin checks in with an Asmaniac super chat. 8 months he's been a channel member. Thank you, Devin. Wait till you guys see what you get if you've been a channel member for 12 months. The badge that comes up next to your name. 20-0 coming soon. Let's go, Jets. From your lips to God's ears, Devin. Hit the like button. If you enjoyed today's show, there's 400 of you watching live right now. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all our channel members. Couldn't have done it without you. Just a heads up. Tomorrow I'm doing a show at 8 a.m. local, assuming I'm not deathly hungover. Andrew Fialco will be on with us then. I'll have content throughout the day because I'm broadcasting the show from the Circa Radio Row they have for contest weekend. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have some familiar faces on over the next couple of days. Cole Thompson, who's in town. Jeff Parles, who lives out here, plus some other special guests I've yet to announce just yet. So get ready for that. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for their support. You guys are the best. Reminder, if you follow me on Twitter, if you're within the next 40 people, I think we are away, to follow me on X, you have a chance to win an item from the merch store as I'm closing in on 20,000 Twitter followers. So I want to hit that number ahead of the NFL season. I will have a big announcement involving the watch parties, but plan to be at a place we were last Saturday for week 1 of the NFL season on Monday night. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, you guys are the greatest. Once again, my name is Jake Asman. Thank you all for your support. And once again, why don't we end by hearing from Sauce Gardner trying to keep it together when being asked about Daniel Jones.
What was your opinion or takeaway on Daniel Jones?
He's a good quarterback. You feel me? I thought I was about to pick him off today. I had a little cloud rep. He had looked at the last minute to try to throw the check down to Wandale. I thought I had to pick, but he kept it. I mean, the competitive periods, it was very competitive, man. It was great. Like, I had fun out there today, you know. I don't really know what to say. Like,
I will sing that song for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President Bonesy. Happy birthday to you.
yeah.
Let's go!